What's good, people? This is Aj.L. I'm with JV8 Studio for Break the Bar. Let's break down these bars.
Babylon, you can see it in the blue lights. Babylon, they take your human rights.
Babylon, you can see them in the blue lights. Babylon, they take your human rights. So, to put this in perspective, I'm describing Babylon, or in other cases, what people know them as, the police. You recognize them from their blue lights, from when you hear their sirens, and also their controversial acts, such as pressurizing citizens. They probably think that they're probably a threat or they're probably up to no good in that sort of actions.
Pull up in the wagon with the flash on, to grab on, to gang on, whoever had their eye on, from bygone to spy on.
Pull up in the wagon with the flash on, to grab on, to gang on, whoever had the eye on, from bygone to spy on. To put this into narrative, what usually happens is, if it's a big scene, they usually pull up in a wagon with probably about, let's just say, over four, I'd say 4 plus or more of them as a group. And they come to the scene. They come in approachable, very aggressive, and they target an individual or group, whoever they feel is probably a threat to them or to the citizen, or possibly disturbing the peace, apparently. So, yeah.
Pin him to the ground, make them kiss the floor like it's worship.
Pin him to the ground, make him kiss the floor like it's worship. So, their strategy is, when a person is resisting, they decided to handcuff. If a person is resisting, they probably pin him down to the ground as a dominant position. In a way, it prevents them from moving or escaping. So when I say pin him to the ground, make him kiss the floor like it's worship, it means it's a metaphor for saying that their face is literally on the ground. They can't move, like their face is literally on the floor. So in a way, it's like a kissing position, like their face is that close to the floor.
Tactics manipulate the public, not trusted, corrupted, the shit is disgusting.
Tactics manipulate the public, not trusted, corrupted, the shit is disgusting. So usually what happens is, sometimes in the news, there's a report saying that this police took a life of a citizen, or they brutally attacked an individual, and they paint this narrative that this person was armed and they had no choice to defend themselves, when in other times that wasn't the case. The victim was harmless, was probably following orders, was probably harassed. And the police, they try to paint this narrative that this person was a delinquent, a threat. So they paint this narrative, even though some people that was actually the witness knew what happened at the time.
They contradict justice, depicted heroic but logically villainous, some of them innocent.
They contradict justice, depicted heroic but logically villainous, some of them innocent. So some acts of the police makes other police look bad. I would say, if I was honest, not all polices are in that category. Some of them, I believe, probably do their jobs, but others probably take it too far, where it's considered illegal. And also, they see themselves as the hero, but what they've done to other people in others' lives, they would tell you a different story. And also, to mention about contradict justice, they claim that they are the law, that they are following the law, they are protecting everyone, but really they're not really protecting everyone. They're not really doing their job. They're not really serving the public as they claim to be, or as what is written in the law. So
Can't spell police without the word ice. When they tell you freeze, hands up like you're in the rave.
Can't spell police without the word ice. When they tell you freeze, hands up like you're in the rave. All right, so that line right there is just a play on word. Just to highlight the keyword, which is police, as in the 2-syllable words, the second syllable of the word police is spelled ice. And when I think of ice, I think of cold. That could sometimes describe how the police's action is. Cold-hearted, very brutal. And it's ironic that they have the word ice in their name, but they also tell you freeze. As you can see, the linkage between those two words, they're very connected. And when they tell you freeze, you have to put your hands up like you're in a rave. That was just a simile that I used. Even though they don't really connect with each other, it just made sense because you would understand. Sometimes when you're in a rave, you just put your hands up, you know?
They bust shots to the chest or the head, bullets hot effective.
They bust shots to the chest or the head, bullets hot effective. So they tell you freeze, or if not, they will fire. That's just how they're rehearsed. That's just how they're trained. And to mention, when you do get shot, the bullet that comes from the gun when it's fired is hot. Apparently, according to researchers, that the temperature of the bullet is up to 500 Fahrenheit. And if you convert that into Celsius, that's about 260. So, yeah. Anyone with sense would not want to get shot.
Say remain silent, words used against you.
Say remain silent, words used against you. I was just quoting what police were trained to say when they're about to arrest you. You know, they say, I don't know, Josh, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything used against you will be used in the public law of court, whatever they say.
They try to get us triggered just for them to pull triggers.
All right. They try to get us triggered just for them to pull triggers. All right, so when the police approaches someone, harasses someone, they play this mental mind game in a way to try and get you triggered, frustrated, angry, want to lash out. And it gives them an excuse and a reason to use self-defense, which could end in tragedy for the victim and probably their family that's affected by it in that case.
It's how they use and abuse us. It's how they use and abuse us.
It's how they use and abuse us. So, because they got the power, they make this law and they have this sort of privilege to get away with most things. And in a way, they use force against you. They pretty much, once you encounter them, they pretty much have the power over you. This is Aj.L back again on season 3 of Break the Bar. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you. Can I help you? I don't keep harassing me. It's not the first time. I live around here. I live around here. Wait, can't do that. Can't do that. I'll pay rent. I'll pay rent. I'll pay rent.
Babylon, you can see it in the blue lights. Babylon, they take your human rights. Babylon.